Hello and welcome back to the channel for this review of Kagurabachi 63. Thank you as always to everyone for supporting the channel and to everyone supporting the channel, and this chapter was phenomenal, like one of the best yet, so I'm going to get straight into it. But before that, I hope everyone had a good Christmas, good New Year, and onto the review. Before we get into the proper chapter, I just want to quickly talk about this chapter's colour page. Like, wow, and I remembered to turn my mic on this time, so here's my reaction to that. Where is it? Okay. Ooh, oh, that's so cool. Oh my god. So, first page, and we start off still in Iori's school where we left off last chapter. Concerned for her classmates' well-being, she tries to go back to her class and the Masumi commander, and finally we'll get to names, but I'm not gonna come out of the woodwork and being like, is that a saying? I don't know. I mean, like, oh yeah, this is what they're called. We'll get to the names, okay? Gradually, one by one. So he states that unless they do something, all her classmates will be in danger. Keep this in mind. Next page, and oh my god. Oh my god. Just take my reaction. Oh my god, that's so fucking oh my god. Here we find out that Miss Masumi is actually called Sumi. Just take that mat off and you've got her name. And I actually got spoiled for this without realising, which is pretty funny, because I saw an account, they were replying to one of the god awful fucking replies I got. And they were saying oh, don't talk about our masters, but it was like a roleplay account. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. And then I read this chapter and I was like, hang on a minute. Hang on. So, yeah, there you go. And here we switch back to the classroom POV, and Chihiro is noticed by some of the students as the kabuki play killer that they were talking about last chapter with Iori, which was going, no way! That guy's a murderer! That was weird. Anyways, just this clearly affects Chihiro. Look at his eyes. This poor boy. Oh, he should have gone to school. Next page, and we see the motorbike starting to leave, and Lily Hishaku notices this, causing Kaguri to jump out the window. You know, the one he jumped up 3 stories to get into last chapter? Yeah, he's jumped back out of it. We've got RGG character level needs, okay. And Chihiro's just stood there in shock, as anyone would be, and noticed all the faces of the people in the classroom, just being like, what the fuck's going on? To be fair, this must be a pretty traumatic thing to go through in the first place, whether or not someone's died or not, yeah, Jesus. And Chihiro thinks overhearing Hugo's words, talking about, have you heard of school? Neither of us belong there. You know, we're not like the other girls, you know? Okay. On the next page, a soon-to-be-named Himasumbo tells Chihiro that they need to go, while Chihiro recollects what he's been previously told about Iori. Chihiro, as usual, does his whole I have to do this alone, blah-de-blah-de-blah shtick, only to be denied, basically told to shut up. Keep this in mind for later on in the chapter, I'm going to talk about this a bit more on one of the later pages. Himasumbo then says that him and the Masumi leader, who's also soon to be named, will follow Kaguri, and that Chihiro should just go on ahead while telling him to calm down when he continues to be like, oh, but the Hishaku! Shut up. Here is one of my favourite pages of this chapter. We get Himasumbo's name, Moku, and the chapter title itself, Car Chase. Just wow. And here we can see Sumi and Iori on the motorbike riding through the centre of town, so Kyoto. And it's so nice not having to say Miss Masumi or coming up with some stupid nickname. It would be sad to see Mr. Masumi mitosis go, but you know, it's nice to actually be able to address them by names now. Next page, and Sumi spots the 2 Hishaku in a car behind them. Kaguri correctly guesses that the Masumi are escaping so obviously with Iori, not even trying to hide her, in order to distract them from the other students in her class, which is what the Masumi leader, soon to be named, was going on about earlier in the chapter, and he was saying oh yeah, we've got to distract them. I can't remember exactly what he said. And also, I love Lily Hishaku, Jane Hishaku, whatever. I love her. He's right behind me, isn't he? Sumi says that she won't let them lay a finger on Iori. It should be me on that bike. It should be me on that bike. And here we see the so far unnamed Masumi Commander in mid-air with kunai, I think that's what they're called, attached to what I think is a bomb. Looking at later pages, what the fuck? So, like, oh my god. Oh my god. On the next page, Lily Hishaku asks Kaguri if he's in a bad mood, before then starting to notice that the driver is fucking dead. Jugular is in pieces. Then the kunai bomb thing blows up and flips the fucking car. Wow. Okay, yeah, we're doing this. On the next page, I was not familiar with Kaguri's game. Oh my god. To slice is to converse. Hello? Okay, why is he so cold? Like, no reason for this. Like, what? I read this and I remember pausing and being like, hello? It's so cold, and I hope one day we get to see him and Subaru, or whatever the Subaru guy's name is. We get to see them talk, because obviously they both have a thing for sushi. So I'm very excited for that. So then Kaguri then proceeds to get out of the car. Mind you, that car is currently rolling around mid-air, and he steps down onto the ground, onto the road, whatever. My god. And the madman is running on the fucking road. Now this is cinema. Now, you'd think, when Kaguri says, coming through, he's going to jump over the bus and car that are in his way. Or maybe slide underneath them with some sorcery, like that woman in one of the Madagascars where she was like under the train. You know, like, that's what you presume would happen, right? No. He cuts the fucking thing in half and continues running. I don't know what to say. This is insane work from Horizontal here. Just wow. Just like, for a serious note, the art, the level of art. I know we had a break week, but like, just, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. This entire chapter is. And then Sumi notices that he's just going crazy, cutting things like Jack Raiden. I've never called him Jack before. What the fuck? Raiden in Metal Gear Rising, where you go into Zandatsu mode and you just fucking go to absolute fucking hell with joysticks. It's like that. And Kaguri then states that they've put the cart before the horse, which basically means that they've done things in the wrong order. I had to look that up. Yeah. Next page, and Kaguri is confident that he'll be able to catch up to Sumi and Iori. Also, I had been desperately trying to figure out who that person was that they're approaching. Or is, I suppose. Present tense, fucking hell. And it's Chihiro. I don't know how I didn't figure it out sooner. I was literally reading the chapter and I was like, who is that? Then I was looking at this again when I was writing the script and I was like, oh my god, it's Chihiro. What the fuck? And then, which then makes the next pages make so much more sense. Because I don't know who I thought this was. Like, the next pages, if you take them into consideration, the only person it could be is Chihiro, and it is Chihiro. So I don't know what, like, was going on with my brain. Okay, who knows? Not me. We never lost control. Metal Gear Solid 5 reference. Here we also see the aftermath of Kaguri halving the boss. And Chihiro affirms that the Hishaku have no problem with involving bystanders. We get a flashback to the Kabuki play here, which was like chapter 50 something, reaffirming that the Hishaku don't care about the effects on bystanders. Consider like fucking Hirohiko was sat in the seat next to that random guy going, have you watched this before, and then spoiled it while bleeding out, like, okay. And then here the very soon to be named very soon to be named Masumi commander acknowledges that Chihiro's been through a lot, from Samura's waffle to Yoji and his own death. Yoji's and his own death. What? Also, he starts to bring up an important point, the main point really of this chapter, which I will talk about, like, the next page or something. Chihiro is working by taking everything onto himself. Very similar to a certain someone. Speak of the devil. Before I go on to my main point, here we finally get the name of the Masumi commander, which is Ro, that I'm fairly sure means son from what I've seen. And we also see Moku saving the people in the bus that Kaguri halved. Now, here Ro says, let's share the burden. This is a very obvious dig to Samura, who was like Chihiro on crack when it came to shouldering everything alone. We even see him here with Ro saying that the people you leave behind will be sad. If we think back to chapter 53, I think, when we got the "oh, I'm going down that path too" line in the fight with Hirohiko, Chihiro was thinking of Samura, and Samura was saying like, "oh yeah, you don't want to turn out like me, I'm going to hell, blah 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 blah." And then Chihiro was cold, and it was when you got the Kuro, and then he was saying, "oh, I'm sorry, I'm going down that path too." The idea of sharing the burden is separating Chihiro from being like Samura or going down that path. Hokusono, never put down that pen. The next page is just an action one, with Chihiro waiting at the end of the road while Sumi begins to turn to the side on the bike, preparing for that Akira slide. Hokusono. Hokusono. Oh my days, never, ever put down that pen. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, another 500 times if need be, but Hokusono never, and I mean never, fails to deliver on a gorgeous double page spread. And this one might be one of my favourites so far. Other than the chapter 58 one, this might be a number 2 from like this arc, because oh my god, Kaguri just missing Iori as Chihiro starts to jump over the bike. The button called katana that causes a katana to pop out that Chihiro then grabs and jumps over Sumi and Iori with. Just oh my days, never put that pen down, oh my god. Now, we all know Hokusono loves his movies, and this page has 3 possible, very likely true, film references here, none of which I've watched. Shocking, I'm sorry. So, it is said here that the car chase has influences from The Matrix, or was influenced by The Matrix. The bike itself is a Batman 2022 reference, which we know Hokusono loves, and the slide is the Akira slide. Cool. And then Kaguri then says that Chihiro can move. Last page, and we see Moku helping the civilians from the bus still, as well as Iori, before Chihiro states that his load got a bit lighter, with the Masumi as the final 3 panels of the chapter. Never put that pen down. Oh my god. And that is it for this video. Wow, another Kagurabachi chapter done, and another break week. Yeah, this is gonna stop being JJK break weeks all over again. To be fair, which will be fun, because I've missed them. But considering we just got off from a break week, like, I'm not mad that Hokusono's having a break. He needs one, because look at the quality of the chapter we got after a break week. Like, I don't care about that. You know, I want these chapters to be the best they can be. And if that takes a break week, then fine. But it's a 16-day break week. This break week was... when did the last chapter even come out now? I can't even remember, but it wasn't like a Sunday to Sunday one. This came out early. So, the next one is longer. It's a 16-day break. And now, the shit I was dealing with, like, what are some of the things that have been said? What am I meant to respond to that with? Like, when I scrolled across, I mean, I'll play my reaction now, but like, when I scrolled across and I saw January 16th, well no, January 19th, I literally put my hands on my head. I was like, no, yeah, my load got a bit lighter. Oh, that was so cool. Are we on another break? Oh no. We're on another break. Oh no. Oh, for the love of God, the community's about to. Oh my God. It was bad enough 1 week. I had, Jesus Christ. Oh no. I mean, literally look at what was said to me. We're on another break. But to be fair, I do enjoy the crazed conversations because they do take me back to JJK, and it's actually insane that it's nearly been a year now since I got into JJK. It's the 16th of January, so as I'm recording this on the 3rd, less than 2 weeks, and that was how I got into anime manga last year. JJK was the start of it again after I got back into it, but that's what got me back into it, I mean. So I do miss it, and having JJK over now, big hole in my life, big gap. This Jujutsu no Kaisen thing, people are way too horrible to Gege. I'm so glad Gege never had a solid social media thing, because people were so awful to Gege, and he didn't deserve it a bit, and now you've got this AI slop. I didn't even read it, I'm not bothering, fuck off. But I can remember there was one break week with JJK where people were talking about Kenjaku using whatever Yuji's mother, Kaori, I think her name was, her gravity technique on Jin Itadori, and as a helicopter, and it was just and I miss it because it was silly shit like that. I remember when we had the 1 month break because of Gege's health. That was rough. The JJK community was in shambles. So, no, it was funny, and I do miss it. So it is nice to see some of the silly conversations coming back. But, yeah. Whatever. But, anyways, I hope everyone watching this, I hope you all had a very good New Year. If you celebrated a good Christmas, or even if you've just got time off, you've had a nice time period to rest. Really hope you have, and I will be back later on this month with Kagurabachi 64. I will Return of the King, okay? So, with that, I hope you have a good rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world, and don't forget to glaze Kagurabachi at every possible opportunity. Have a good one.